It is our first Meet the Artist talk here at the Dreamatorium at SL12B. Happy birthday, SL. And I am here with Ian Lee Patton, who is, as you can see, a wonderful artist.
And you said my name right. That's a first.
Is it? And he is influenced, as you can see, by anime and manga. And he's a believer that political art, you can use political art as a political means to carry on a message. And Ian, thanks for joining us.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah. So, I want to kind of start at the beginning of how you got in SL and work our way through, if you will. If that works out for you.
Sure, yeah.
Okay, great. Tell us a little bit in general about how you came to SL in the beginning.
That was through an internet games review show, Consolvania from Scotland. They went on to do video gaming on the BBC. I'm sure you've all seen that.
Oh, yeah.
No? Yes, yeah. And some of the hosts were talking about SL, so I joined them. The tagline is anime and manga influenced digital illustration. I've always liked Masamune Shirow, who did Ghost in the Shell. I'm sure you know him. And lots of other cyberpunk movies. Chiho Aoshima, who does surreal landscapes. It's another Japanese artist. And she uses Flash and Illustrator to animate as well, which is something I'd like to do a lot more of. I've actually been to see her work in Newcastle before, and it's definitely worth seeing up close. It's done in Illustrator, so it uses points rather than like Photoshop. It uses you can pretty much zoom into an image infinitely, so you can potentially blow. They use it for posters a lot, because you can blow things up as big as you want.
So, did you have the curiosity to learn Japanese because you were already creating the anime and inspired by these artists, or vice versa?
Yeah, well, I wasn't into anime when I was younger. I kind of got into it when I was about 26, which is weird. I used to love Starfleet, which had the dolls. It was a bit like the old Super Mario Nation ones with the what do you call them? Puppets. It's kind of a puppet show, and that was done in Japan, but redubbed in the UK. And is that for sale? Is someone buying it? Anyway, so that was an influence when I was younger, but I never really got into it at that time. I was more into doing traditional drawing things that you see, but with this, I'm more make things up as I go.
Yeah.
So it's quite different, really.
And has Second Life changed how you create the art?
Not really. I use it as a way to view my work, really, to upload it and then get to sit in a different viewpoint. So when you're looking at something on the screen for a long time, these are done in Photoshop, your brain kind of gets used to it, so you get to see it from another angle, to see where there's mistakes. Because SL is like a real world setting. It's like, rather than printing it out or something.
So on your easel over there, tell us a little bit about the 1, 2, 3.
But I'm doing 7 more of those. Number 2 is going to be my Christmas picture next year. If anyone wants a card, I'll send you one in Second Life.
And What inspired you to put the skulls with the life and the anime, the plants and
Uh,
the anime?
Roger Dean and his daughter Freya Dean as well, and they do floating islands. Well, I thought I'll copy that, but I'll put skulls instead. And,
Sure.
no, because anything is influenced by what came before it. So I'm just being really honest about it. But no, I'm really influenced by his work. So.
And do you use Second Life to promote your art? Have you found ways to do that?
Yeah, like a load of people, I use the art sims that are around. I was part of Artropolis, if people remember Artropolis, and
Yeah.
3000 AD. Yeah, only about 7 years ago.
I lived there too, actually, for a while.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't remember. Yeah, there's a lot of people there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rent was quite high, wasn't it?
No, I don't remember that.
Yeah, mine was 4,000 lindens, which was.
I must have had the bargain rate.
And I've got some stuff up at Bear Rose at the moment, the fashion shop. They
Oh, no,
have
that's interesting.
Yeah, they have a gallery, but no one can find it. It's just to the right on the drop point, if you want to have a look.
Yeah, and they've got some great outfits that would fit perfectly with this.
Yes. Yeah, I'd like to collaborate with them sometime, but the language problem is a barrier. I should have learnt better.
Do you find that people who have never been in Second Life understand the virtual reality space?
No, because it hasn't been promoted as what it is. Like, I think that Second Life ought to have been promoted as Facebook style, but 3D, and it kind of wasn't, was it? It was promoted as this is Second Life, join Second Life, but they never really. They should make a proper advert and then say what it really is. Like I'd say I was in Second Life to people at work, and they'd say, "Oh, well, do you want to play World of Warcraft?" Like, no, it's not really the same kind of thing.
They think it's a game.
They think it's a game, exactly.
Right.
Yeah. Which it kind of is and isn't. It depends what you're doing, I suppose.
Have you found that it's introduced you to new opportunities?
Life.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Yeah, I actually got to run a museum for a while, the Angel Duray Museum, and that's how I got to meet a lot of artists. SL should never be a game. Yeah, well, I understand that. That is coming from a different angle, I suppose. But yeah, I see what you mean. But there's games within it, aren't there? It's like people make their own little programs to run within it.
Yeah.
Generally, it shouldn't be a game. But yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, I got to meet a lot of artists from curating myself. So yeah, that was good to do.
And then
and I was able to promote a lot of friends as well. So that's obviously a bonus.
Friends outside of SL or inside of SL?
No, that would be good, wouldn't it? But no, they're all playing World of Warcraft, weren't they? So I think you were doing that, weren't you?
No.
No. Oh.
Haven't tried that one.
Okay.
You mentioned you had a lot of friends. Types of art that you didn't know you liked that now you realize you like because you've seen it here in Second Life?
Yeah, I guess so. I don't go to that many galleries in real life. So I guess there's a real mix here. And of course, there's Second Life exclusive art that uses kineticism to move around. Yeah, I'm trying to think of people's names. Asmita Duranjara that runs Space for Art. The fact we can make our own stuff makes a big difference within the virtual experience. I know, and I'm not really promoting that, am I, with my art? But I've got some animated stuff there. Look, I'm one of you.
Yeah, I noticed the one behind me. She was blinking her eyes.
Yeah. No, I wish I could do 3D. Otherwise, I would totally incorporate that into my... If anyone wants to collaborate and make something 3D of my work, then get in touch.
Let's talk about this one on the easel that's next to me. I love this piece.
Oh, yeah.
What's the name of it?
Let me have a look. Online, that one's called Momo, but in Second Life, I called it Kimono. Yeah, Momo Kimono. Yeah, that is right.
Lovely. And what was your inspiration for her?
Hold on, I've just closed my note card. Oh, my inspiration for that one was just generally do a kimono and make it look Christmassy, because that was my Christmas card last year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real life. I didn't send it out in Second Life this time because it takes ages. Although there's programs to do that, aren't there? But
Oh, yeah, to make cards? Sure.
oh no, but to send out in bulk.
Oh, yeah.
I always forget how to do that when it comes to the time, but yeah.
Yeah. And then I do see this one behind me. You actually did incorporate the animation with the eyes. And how did that work?
Yeah. Feels something. I went to a show by someone called Feels Something, who was doing animations. And I asked him how he did it, and he just told me exactly how to do it online, and I just copied his instructions. And you just make a grid of pictures that are slightly animated and add a script. It's pretty easy.
Oh, sorry.
Good.
And then
That one.
over to, we kind of talked about the skulls and the floating islands.
Yeah.
With the anime girls.
Mm.
And then what's the other animated one on the far end there?
That's the Geiger influenced one. I actually saw a seat. There's a chair for sale in SL. That's a Geiger chair, and it's kind of influenced by that. And it was when Geiger passed away. Was it earlier this year? I think. So I just wanted to do a picture for that. It's where he might have been sitting. And he did a lot of chairs as well for his cafe. I don't know if people have been there. I haven't. I'd like to go there.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So now experiencing
more colourful than his stuff. Yeah, carry on.
Experiencing all of this, what would you tell other artists about the benefits of using a virtual space or virtual reality for their art?
Clearly you can reach a new audience. It's like any other art hosting site. I could list them all, but I won't. It's DeviantArt. Okay, I won't. But they all get a different audience, and some you get some hits, and some you get nothing. But they all attract different kinds of people. And SL seems to attract a lot of good people who are into different kinds of art. So I've stuck with it. Yeah. And we'll continue to, I think.
Great. And have you found, I noticed your avatar look. Do you find you create a character with your avatar too? That's kind of your new art too?
I used to be a crocodile, a tiny crocodile, and I'd get ejected. So I thought, oh, I'll have to be an adult now. No, it reflects how I've grown up.
I see.
No, it doesn't. Look at the flowers, they're birds. Yeah, I was going to say, this is the real art of SL. These birds here, look.
Yeah.
These are from one of those gacha machines. The person who made these should be on stage, really, but I am saying this.
Well, and it's got to be kind of rewarding that you have a gallery show, and it's just like doing a gallery show in real life, and people show up and they buy your work.
Yeah, that's the thing. No one wants to show me in real life. I have asked around a lot of places, but there is a real stigma against digital art. I guess at the moment. So I've considered doing a lot of these, redoing them in traditional media.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
Yeah, it might be an idea, but it seems like, why should I? But yeah,
Yeah.
I'll keep trying to get these in. But
All right. Well, Ian, I want to thank you for joining us today.
oh wait, I haven't said about the rights issues, the art rights issues that have made a lot of people leave SL, the artists. Let's
Ah,
get controversial.
okay.
And I've said it now. Where are the Lindens now? Bring them back. Yeah,
Yeah,
there
and it
was.
is something that has changed, and I think a lot of artists were concerned about the rights.
Uh-huh. Well, I wasn't myself. I mean, when I heard about it, I thought that looks concerning. I'll read about it. But then I read a discussion with a lawyer, and they seemed to say, well, that it doesn't really hold up. But the problem was that the problem was that it gave the wrong message, didn't it? Just saying it made people think, well, that's how they're thinking, isn't it? They're thinking in very business terms. And so a lot of artists just left. Like a lot of friends that I had here just don't come in anymore, which is very sad.
Yeah. Well, hopefully someday that will change. I know they're still discussing it. It's an ongoing conversation. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, converse with me. Come on stage now.
All right. Well,
Good.
I want to thank everybody for coming. And as Safia mentioned earlier, there is another show that starts at 5 o'clock here. And tomorrow we'll be here at 4 p.m. with French artist Moya Patrick, who has kind of really integrated his real life and his second life art to create characters, and he uses Second Life as a kind of, if you will, a platform to show off his work to people that might put him in galleries. So it's a really great conversation to help other artists figure out how to do that as well. So we'll see you all tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ian Lee.
Cheers.